Today, probably I am one of the few Kaula teachers in India itself, because in the Kaula system, you see a blend of tantric concepts and asanas. Entire yoga science is a science that extends meditation to the body. And it's very important to understand this concept, because we always think about meditation as only a mental experience, but the body can meditate. There are many things to take into consideration, not just muscles and bones. And so when you look seriously into it, the whole way of teaching yoga becomes different. The whole approach becomes different. And that's what we are trying to do here.
The asanas are really just a way to cultivate your body for meditation. And all the effectiveness is being done in this meditative trance that we're trying to have you experience.
It's like a meditation through movement, and gradually over time, it really settles you into your inner being.
Try and let go of everything, just, let go of all thoughts, to just flow in an asana, to be able to get to know that real aspect of myself that doesn't tell me who I am or how I should be or what I should look like, but is just really happy with life.
I really feel free when I am doing the asanas.
That's simply falling in and experiencing yourself intuitively.
It's not about thinking the asanas. It's about letting go of the idea of being the controller and ultimately feeling the asanas.
By feeling our way, we become really aware of our own body, and to really let go of how I should place my leg in the posture, how I should place my arm in the posture. Let go of that and just feel. And so you develop more of an awareness of yourself.
It is like coming really from yourself and not that somebody is staging your experience.
I thought I knew my body very well, right? I thought I knew myself from my head to my toe, and I come here and I get a whole new view of myself and a real holistic view of who I am, and it's been really humbling. My asanas have been humbling, and just the way I look at myself, and it's just been beautiful in that way.
Nobody here I know, other than some aches and pains, which are pretty normal, really gets hurt, and I was very surprised by that.
I'm a massage therapist and acupuncturist by trade, and I had a lot of clients coming to me with yoga injuries, and that didn't seem right to me. And so I wanted to share a system of yoga that people wouldn't be injuring themselves in, and I don't think that's really possible in this system. Relaxation is really at the key of it, and learning to trust your own body feel and your own intuition about what's right for your body on that day. And I think if people are doing that, and it's not about competition and pushing yourself and just getting a bikini yoga body.
By relaxing, you don't strain your muscles, you don't stretch them beyond their capacity, and it keeps you from getting hurt. And it's amazing how much deeper you can really get into an asana when you do relax, and how much more enjoyable they are.
I also have become more flexible while I've been here, there's no doubt. And I think my muscles are stronger. But I've done all that in the process of relaxing and not pushing.
As you relax, your systems become more efficient, your body ergonomics become more efficient. You actually are able to do your asanas very well.
We try to encourage the whole integral understanding and teaching of yoga. And so in this system, we not only do asanas, pranayama, meditation together, we are also looking at it as an expression of your system as a human person. We look at yoga as something that is going to be useful for a person throughout their life. So we are looking at how they live their life, how they are able to express and have a fulfilled existence.
And so we integrate the culturing of intuitive awareness in asanas into our daily life. And with that, one can respond intelligently instead of reacting from past mistakes or past experiences.
What we are learning here is totally different. Maybe you can hear a little bit about muscles, but it's more about how the posture was made according to the metaphysics.
We're not just doing random postures. It's a comprehensive system. It's not just something that our teacher Bhagavan made up. It's a long-standing tradition that arises from the Rig Veda itself. And as you learn more about the philosophy and read more books and learn a little Sanskrit, you start to see, even without Bhagavan's help, more details and more in depth as to why we do this posture after that posture, and why our series is the way that it is.
You see people get very strong, their metabolism balances, their hormones balance, their entire bone structure realigns.
And on a deeper level, it balances your prana, and that's really your life essence. It allows your life essence to come through you, and you're really living your full potential.
Yoga Vyayama, it's like supplementary to the yoga practice that we're doing every day. This is, doing things like building bone density, building your coordination, because you see people who only practice like one type of yoga for a long time, sometimes their coordination is off. So we're culturing every single angle, every single aspect of your strength, your flexibility, your overall health, and building bone density. That's really important. Your structure is more upright. This gets rid of things like osteoporosis, and we're aligning your spine, aligning your muscle structure. It's working on many, many different levels, but it's nice sometimes just to roll around in the sand and have some fun.
According to Ayurveda, there is over 70,000 nadis running through your body, and nadi in Sanskrit is a river. So you can think of them as rivers of energy that are running through your body. And actually they're your primordial life force, your prana. And by doing this massage, you're releasing blockages.
So you're activating all these points. You're starting at the feet, working your way up. Nadi is like a river. You're letting the prana flow, letting the river of prana flow through the body so that all your systems are active and there's no tension in the body. And it works really well with the yoga. You see people progress much faster, and your knowledge of yourself also becomes superior, and it actually builds your asanas very well.
Because there's so much transformation happening in a really short period of time that the massage really helps you to release and let go of blockages and old fears that you may have had. And we found it incredibly beneficial to just really start every morning with doing this really relaxing massage. Puja is a Sanskrit term for consecration. It literally means like to make sacred, to associate with the sacred, to bring the sacred into your life, and ultimately to really experience yourself as sacred. And so there's many different aspects to it. One is that we acknowledge the divine infinite consciousness, Shiva, in this system, and the 5 elements, and then we do different offerings to the different elements, and then we honor our partner as divine. And that's in Tantra an essential aspect for the man to see the woman as a divine being, as a goddess.
Every day I'll look at myself, and I look at myself as a goddess, and Kevin does too. And it's really the best feeling to really know. And it's so beautiful to see Kevin also look at other women as goddesses. When we do the puja, we'll go with different people, and sometimes I'll watch him and just look in his eyes, really starting to see people as divine is really been the biggest gift.
Yeah. Wow.
Tantra is a wholesome science and spirituality that lets you experience and apply it to your personal life.
Tantra actually brings us back to our essential nature. And from this essential nature, we have a place where we don't culture neurosis. We don't get into neurosis. We get rid of conditionings and fears. With that, we are able to live efficiently, living life to its total potential.
The Tantrics consider the whole universe as one divine being that we are a part of. So it's a very specific and very precise science of who we really are. That's really a fundamental aspect of Tantra, to really learn to see yourself as a complete whole rather than bits and pieces.
There are tantric aspects in all world religions, in all world cultures, actually. In my case, it's discovering more about Islam and what the esoteric or tantric aspects are in Islam.
Tantra is also within the Western cultures, like for example the Testament or the Torah contains a lot of Tantra, but we have to study this, we have to go deeper into it. So Tantra actually integrates us, and from an integrated selfhood, we see differently, we understand things differently, education becomes different.
We talk a wide array of topics just so that we can, remove layers of misinformation so that the science will actually sink in.
Bhagavan has an interesting style of teaching. To me, it's almost like an oral tradition that goes way back thousands and thousands of years, and it forces you to learn in a different way. We don't have a whole bunch of textbooks that we can read and study and memorize, and in the end, probably not mean a whole lot to us. They teach you that experience is the best teacher.
Every single person who comes here gets their very own program, you can say so. Wherever you are emotionally, energetically, physically, you develop from that place. So it's about discovering and developing your very own potential.
This school is as much about living life as it is about yoga. And I think a lot of people need that. Sometimes you don't even know what you need. But a place like this can certainly open up your mind and let you see what you might be missing.
And then slowly you connect the dots and more light is being shed on life, on yourself. And it becomes so much more colorful.
Bhagavan's teachings are really incredible. Sometimes I don't understand everything because it's quite difficult for me to understand metaphysics and philosophy in English. But I just stay there listening to him and and I understand. It's like dancing.
The system is so deeply rooted in the Vedas and has so much to offer beyond just the asanas in terms of the philosophy and the mantras. And so I'm coming away with a much deeper spiritual experience than I had anticipated.
But it's really not about the knowledge or about specific things. It's about ultimately living a happy and fulfilled life.
Every day I learn things not about just yoga, it's a life teaching.
Tantra allows you to operate from a different reference point. You start to operate from a basis of infinite consciousness rather than an ego personal self. By seeing the world from that basis, your whole experience becomes different. Your whole perspective on life changes. It's more of an embracing attitude rather than a fear-based attitude of I have to protect myself from the world and others. It becomes more of I am open to the world and invite the world in.
So the Tantra schools are more for a fulfilled life culture than a denial life culture.
タントラ哲学を僕の中で一言で表す言うたら全てやっぱりこう愛ですか。
Bhagavan says is, in the West we have this competitive mindset, for an external reward. Like you win this competition, you get a medal, you get a trophy, you get prize money, whatever. But here in yoga, you become the trophy. The way you express is your reward. Your freedom is your reward by culturing and letting go.